Hi, Aquarius rising sign. Ooh, what have I done? Here is your weekly forecast starting on the 2nd of March until the 8th of March. So the very first up is Mercury retrograde in sextile to Juno. And there could be a hidden source of income, an old refund can come back to you, or a check finally arrives, and maybe you decide to put it into the saving account, or you might be gaining certain type of clarity over, your fears by looking at some of the data of your, past successes, past tendencies. Even though this is a sextile, it could carry some negative energies as well. Maybe you lose a receipt or a document, a financial document that is needed for certain type of commitments. You can feel guilty about a purchase, like that you spend too much time and then you are over analyzing your bank statement. But it somehow also says that we do deserve it at the same time. Now we have got Mars entering the sign of Pisces, and that is again your second house. So this is about finding creative ways to increase your income, to boost your confidence. Maybe you do try to increase your income, something through artistic or spiritual. Maybe this is just about you looking for a extra cash, like a bit of a side hustle, basically. Or maybe you are motivated to become disciplined about your spending by viewing your resources as a tool for healing. Now, Mars does rule your third house. So, this is about gathering some ideas as well, how we can boost our finances. And Mars rules your 10th house, which is your career department. So, this could be even you looking for new jobs. However, money can disappear through really kind of, small purchases, forgotten stuff, like forgotten subscriptions with the ruler being in the second house. There could be disagreements over values. You can feel like that you are not getting respected. So that might be also something to think of. Now we have got a Sun and Pallas Athene conjunction happening also in your second house. And this is about you finding the pattern in your spending habits. Maybe you have to be coming up with a strategy how to save money or to put it towards a major goal because the sun represents goals. Maybe someone is allowing you, or in a way, you should be, strategically negotiate a price or a salary, for example, if you go for a new job, so that your skills are getting honored, basically. Bacchus enters Aries, and then it is going to be making a conjunction to Saturn and Neptune immediately. And the third, and this is to a certain extent, it's important because, of course, the Saturn Neptune conjunction gets activated here. And this is about, you finding a way to communicate something complex, maybe spiritual, so that everyone, even those who might be skeptical, kind of understands it. But this could be a conversation with a sibling or a neighbor that brings certain type of joy. Bacchus is about joy and ecstasy and enjoying these spiritual communications. And then you might be thinking about your dreams and how to manifest that, and then just enjoy the process of it. However, you can feel misunderstood by your local community, neighbors, siblings, as if you are speaking kind of like a language that no one else can hear or understand. Or, or negatively speaking, it could indicate that there is this task that might take 10 times longer, for example, than usual, because you keep getting lost kind of like in a daydream. So this could indicate that there is a bit of a challenge here to focus. Now we've got the Venus sextile Uranus as well. By the way, I would like to remind you that it's important to listen to the general forecast because I'll give you the degrees there, and only the most important aspect for you is always going to be the one that triggers your natal chart. So make sure that you listen to that. But the Venus sextile Uranus is happening actually in your second and fourth house. So this is a kind of like finding something at home that you can make money out of. Something that you have already owned, and then maybe you realize I don't need that anymore, and then I want to sell it. Or maybe it's a sudden realization about your values that helps you to let go of a physical item that you no longer need, or potentially even a member of your family. However, this is impulsive purchase as well. So, you know, something we buy potentially out of the whim, something that we don't need necessarily, or maybe you're getting annoyed financially because something gets deducted from your account for no reason. Now we've got the Sun trine Jupiter, and this is the second best aspect of the year, pretty much, I would say. So I think I'm going to be making a separate video about this because obviously we love a bit of a luck. But it happens on exactly the same degree where Venus and Jupiter trine took place as well. And I think, again, the sun is in the second house. So finding a way to monetize your talent, looking at your hidden resources, kind of like getting at a financial piece in a way. There could be more of a realization about your worth. You receive something, you get into a financial agreement potentially. Even though it's a trine, it could carry some type of negative endeavors as well. So, this might be reminding you not to get too charitable, Look at your current budget because someone can pull your heartstring as well. And pretty much that's the only negative stuff that comes to my mind. And potentially one of the most important aspects of the week is Venus. Venus moving into the sign of Aries, and straight away it activates the Saturn Neptune conjunction again. And I think this is about you delivering potentially a very difficult message. And you are not going to be sugarcoating anymore. There is no nicety here. I'm just gonna be standing up for my, own truth. But I'm going to do that in a professional manner. And maybe this is gonna be happening to a sibling, or you are trying to find certain type of, in a way, practical ways of making money, looking at your own talents, and making money out of your ideas as well. But potentially, there might be a sibling who is giving you a bit of a reality check. With Venus, this would be potentially a female neighbor, um, a female family member, basically. However, negatively speaking, because Saturn is you, so it can feel like that you are misunderstood, you are blocked. You have got your best ideas basically, but it's a bit like, it's filtered through a thick fog basically. And maybe you don't feel valued. You don't know how to value your ideas. They are coming to you, but you don't know what to do with them. Or maybe a short trip or a bit of a commute, somehow it's testing your patience. There might be certain type of delays, getting lost on the roads. But I think it's about you feeling lovable, and that's going to be very, very important. Hebe also changes sign and it moves into your fourth house. And the fourth house is the family. So this is about, finding ways of finding, it's about focusing on your comfort. It's about, in a way, serving a member of your family as well, like someone who might need help, and then you are ready to help them, or simply you want to create boundaries with these family members because you do have pride, and especially if they previously hurt you somehow, then why would I need to be the one who is going to be fixing your life? However, domestic responsibilities can feel like, a chain, it is keeping you from your personal freedom, and then simply you just want, let's say, the house to kind of run around a little bit because I'm not in the mood of doing it. And maybe, like think about she's a cupbearer, right? So the glass is a bottom. What if the, family member doesn't have the bottom? So this could talk to us about you feeling drained because people are just kind of relying on you. They look at you like as a rock. So. That's pretty much your weekly energy pattern. Of course, that second house activations has started shifting into the third house. So this means that we had to be discovering our self-worth and talent. Now we're going to have to be able to monetize that. The third house is second from the second. So it's about monetizing on our self-worth, monetizing our ideas. In the last pretty much 1 month, you have been focusing on finances now. So if you haven't focused on it, you can have a lot of ideas, but now it's time to actually, um, you know, make it happen, basically. That's the bottom line. And with that heyday, it's also about creating certain type of boundaries. Like I can help you for 4 hours, for example, on Saturday, if we have a good meal after, because Taurus has to be, honored as well. And that's about pleasure. So what's pleasurable for me in helping you? So good luck, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.